Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's Muhammad
Kawai ka faɗa
Muhammad,
sunanka ba sai ka faɗa initials ina ba.
and together I'm with the CEO.
With Babangida Idris Usman, the founder of Idrisman Enterprise.
And today, what we are doing is, I'm going to ask him some very, very nice questions in regards to the tailoring industry in Nigeria. And I hope he answers us with clarity and honesty.
I'll try my best, and this will be the beginning of a very great show.
So, brother, what's the name of the show, please?
The show?
Yeah.
Fitcast by Idrisman.
Alright, guys, welcome to Fitcast by Idris Man. Let's move straight to the point. Mr. Idris,
Okay.
we would like to know, based on your experience and expertise in this sector, which is the tailoring and fabric sector, which level do you rate Nigeria? How globally accepted is it? Like, for example, like we wear normal corporate wears, like you said, the Oyinbo corporate wears.
Yeah.
We wear it here, suit and tie. We wear it, and but our kaftan, for example, like we don't see them wearing our own kaftan. They don't wear it. They don't sew it there, but I don't know if they sew it. Based on your experience, since it's your field, like.
Hardly. Yeah, some people wear it like just to try out something new, but it's very hardly. Even if you see someone wearing kaftan or so some type of Nigerian traditional dress, it usually people that come from Nigeria,
I understand.
not foreign people.
And one funny thing is, I just remembered, there's this thing, this saying they usually say in movies, in so many movies I've seen it. They said, what happens in Africa stays in Africa. So I don't know, maybe it's as a result of that mindset they have. They feel like to adopt something that is in Africa there and to acknowledge that this is from Africa. I feel they see it as inferior, like we being inferior to them and them being superior. So I don't know, maybe that is the factor, but maybe aesthetically, maybe I believe maybe our own is more appealing to them compared to their own. But I don't know.
Why would you say that? That's it just. I told you, it's just from based on where you come from. Wherever you come from, you feel like whatever you have at that place is the best.
Okay.
For them, because they are, to be honest, they are more advanced than us.
Okay.
And the way they usually, how I would say, advertise or portray their culture and their way of life on us
As superior.
I can't comment on this whether they see us as
superior or inferior.
inferior or superior, but
Okay.
this is it. They like portray more of their culture on us than we portray our own on them.
Okay,
And
maybe
that's
is
why
it because we
why-
look up to them, or
Yeah, we can say so. A lot of Africans look up to the Westerns in the way of
it
living.
brings us back to the superior and inferior. Nobody likes to be behind. Everybody wants to be ahead. So when we are trying to catch up to those that are ahead of us. People that are ahead of us don't want to. So at the end of the day, if you look at it, regardless of how you look at it, it still brings us back to the superiority race.
Okay.
And there's this thing I noticed, what I told you is I feel aesthetically our dressing is more appealing, and you said, it depends on where, everybody feels his own is more appealing. But there's a general fact. For example, I can say maybe aesthetics, is based on subjective point of view. But there's this functional side of dressing. As a tailor, you know it very well.
Okay.
It is not just the aesthetics. You look at the functional. For example, like in terms of Western wears, they have a three-quarter and an armless. Sometimes they have their own beach wear and they have their swimming pool wear.
They dress for the occasion.
For example, yeah. But here in Nigeria, please, I don't know what idea do you have? What types of different modes of dressing do we have? Here that you are aware of, and their own function.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I told you the western part of Nigeria usually dress like the southern part of Nigeria usually do dress like the western part of the world. So, just whatever you describe about those beach wears, whatever, you can relate it. But if you come to northern Nigeria, this is where I think I can give you a little information.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. We are talking about the local attire.
Yeah.
So definitely we have to recognize those that patronize it.
The northern local attire.
Yes.
So just like you say, they have their armless and the casuals. So we also have our casual.
Yeah, which one is the
But they are all called kaftan. So
okay.
For our kaftan in the northern Nigeria, in the casual kaftan, we usually cut the arm shorts.
Okay.
Yes. And there's also traditional.
That's like our own shirt, if I'm not wrong. So it has buttons,
No, it's not like our own shirt. It is kaftan, but it is minimized or something like that, I would say. Okay. Because the arm will be short, it will be free, it will be baggy.
The length also.
And the length will be a little bit short because we usually wear a
so that's the casual as
casual.
Okay. Then what else?
There is also super casual. I would say they call it eshara.
So that brings us back to the functional. That's why I asked you, like, you put it in functionality test, for example, and the function, for example.
So you see, the eshara is just like we will say modest armless, because all of our clothes our traditional attires comes with trousers. Okay. You don't usually, you can go somewhere and buy a t-shirt somewhere and just wear it with your pair of jeans. But usually in our place here in the northern part, whatever clothes you sew from a tailor, it has to come with the shirt and the trouser. This is the way it's usually.
So back to the eshara that you're talking about, just continue, I'm starting to find it interesting.
It's just armless, but it is a little baggy. It is taller than normal t-shirt.
Yeah.
Armless, the t-shirt armless. Okay. It is up to your thigh, sometimes to your knee. Okay. And it's trouser. Okay. So that someone can breathe. breathe
a bit loose and free. I understand you.
Okay.
So that's the function.
Yeah.
People feel the
comfortable.
Comfortability. Okay. So mostly, if I understand you clearly, that is the function to just recreate, rather than to maybe if you are going to a wedding, that's the ceremonies and other stuff. But I believe you are coming to that also.
I'm coming to that.
Don't wear that. Let's continue. So that is just to refresh, to feel free.
To feel free, like to sit around at home, going nowhere. You understand?
Yeah.
So, and we have, these are the casuals. So we have like a corporate kaftan. It is usually long sleeve, with cufflinks. Okay. Sometimes it is embroidered. You understand? It's sometimes made tall.
It's something like what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, it's something like what you are wearing.
Okay.
Sometimes to your knee. Understand? So this is you can also wear it at casual, but when you wear it with a cap, traditional cap, and a corporate shoe, it's totally turned into a corporate dress. You can go to any official place with it. Okay. So apart from that, then the super corporate, or the highest traditional dress is the Bariga.
Okay, that's the abada.
Yes, they call it abada in other tribe. I think it's Yoruba, right?
Yeah, it's Yoruba.
So that is the highest northern traditional dress. You can wear it to a very executive places. You'll see the head of state wearing it. You see our executive people wearing it, our politicians. Ceremonies, weddings, any official place you can wear it, and it is very elegant. You understand? So I think these are the classes of the of the northern traditional dress.
And also some part of the south.
Yeah, they also have their own traditional dress in relation to ours.
Yeah, because I feel most of the clothing you listed right now, it's a bit universal in Nigeria. And not just in Nigeria, when you look at Mali, Gabon, and Niger, some parts of Ghana, Cotonou, that is Benin, right? The Republic. When you look at this Togo, there's a very large Chad also, if you look at their president, I love the way he dresses.
Okay.
Senegal, again,
Yeah,
Senegal,
I
love the way that president dresses, very young and very elegant, his dressing, it's really nice. So I feel what you've just listed right now, it's not just limited to Nigeria, but Nigeria being the subject, that's because So I feel it has gone a long way.
Yeah, it has gone along with the type of dressing. Yeah. I'm just saying Nigeria because this is where we are making this podcast from. But yeah, it is accepted in the other part of the southern Nigeria. I would say it is because this is not their normal attire there. But when you come to
they've adopted it.
Adaptation. Yeah. They adopted it because, to be honest, it is a very elegant dress.
I understand.
Everyone that wears it
shows power, will, and
has some certain level of charisma added to it.
At the end of the day.
So, and it is also accepted, as you mentioned, in other West African countries.
Yeah, and other not Central African. And, it's a wide range. It's a wide. If you look at it closely. And there's this thing also that I feel, I don't know, you being in the tailoring industry, I feel definitely there has to be something that inspired you. If not inspired you, but you must have a motive of why you've joined this industry. And I believe you are seeking to improve it. So what's your motive, and how do you feel we can improve this industry?
Okay.
Start with what's your motive or inspiration, or however you put it.
My inspiration it's just as simple as because I love dressing. I love dressing well.
Okay.
Understand? So
just like me, I love to draw, and I went into the animation industry.
Okay, that's exactly the motivation. For me it's just like a hobby.
Initially.
Initially.
Okay.
And I enjoy doing it.
Okay.
So, and I later on monetize it, but initially it's just a hobby. The creativity, the craft work. So these are the things I love about it. And I can say it's because I'm handy, in nature. I like doing stuff with my hand, not just constructing garments, but a lot of things. And it has to do with this is the motivation.
Okay. So how do you feel? Like I said, how do you feel? What do you feel is needed in order to improve it? Because I don't believe it is at its 100%, so to say. But I don't know if it is. You can tell us.
Well, I've gone a long way from where I started. But if I'm speaking to the whole tailors, like the northern part of Nigeria. We have a lot of improvement in the way we fit our clothes, the way we sew it, how detailed it is. It's way better than the way it is before.
Okay.
And I think there are still a lot of room for improvement. Even the machineries, the technological advancement. Okay. There are some highly technological machineries out there
to ease the process or to improve.
Yeah, it is the process. At the same time, it makes it more finer. The finishing and the way it looks, and so that's it. There's a lot of room for improvement.
Okay, thank you very much, Idris. It's nice having a conversation with you.
Thank you very much too.